we'll go to the next one.
Yes, I think it's a Sicilian.
Yes.
Okay. Go on.
BarbarausBielefeld. That's a German one.
BarbarausBielefeld. Ah. I didn't realize.
Ködem, if you know someone
Okay,
of them, and
C4, C5.
Ködem, if you know someone of them, and you can say something interesting about.
Yeah, we can of course talk about the team names. Team names are a very important part of this league. So on the white side, BarbarausBielefeld is playing for the team Will Resign for Toilet Paper. On the black side, on the other hand, on the black side, the team is called Gokuba is God, probably referencing their board 4, was called Gokuba. I'm actually not too sure what the background of this
name
is, but I mean,
okay,
apparently they really like their board 4.
But I like the first name. Resigning for some toilet paper.
And this, I think, at the moment of... No, actually, that's not right. I think at the moment of the game, the team of the white player was up 2-1. So it was on... Well, there was still everything possible in the match, but it was black who had to try for a win in this one.
Mm-hmm. That's okay, we will see.
Board 8-1 is not one match, so one...
No, that's different matches.
Ah, okay. I didn't know.
Okay.
But like this, we can hear more funny team names. I like.
Yeah, exactly.
Then Marco, go on. E4, C5, knight F3, G6, D4, CD, knight takes. Okay, here we reached the dragon, or the not hyper dragon, beschleunigt.
The accelerated
okay,
dragon.
The accelerated dragon. But okay, after knight C3, I think we get in the most cases the normal dragon. Here the move order was a little bit extraordinary. I mean, knight f6 to be played without knight c6 is it's not very often, but okay. I mean, here it should be everything okay, and white can't get some advantage. Okay, bishop e2. I don't like bishop e2 so much. There I looked for bishop e3. And then, okay, working. Yes, knight g4 is a big mistake, because now after bishop b5 check, we can reach that the bishop on c8 can't protect the knight on d4 anymore, and now we can take the knight on d4. It's important to don't take on d7, because then the queen takes back, and then the knight is again protected. But now, okay, white is a piece up, and that's why knight g4 doesn't work. Then black plays some knight c6 instead. Here, knight c6 or bishop d7. I don't know, bishop d7, okay.
Here?
And bishop g7.
Ah, okay, sorry.
And now we should look for some defending move, f3, to don't let the knight to g4, because we won't exchange our bishop on e3. And yeah, some bishop c4 or something is not a good move, I think, because then knight g4 is really a little bit, I don't like. Okay, I mean, here we can move the bishop because knight c6 is not on the board, and then our d4 knight hasn't to be protected by the bishop, and now we can play bishop d5 or something, but I don't know. I mean, safety first, f3, play f3 first, then bishop c4, and then go to the main lines. Okay, but okay. I mean, bishop e2, instead, yes, here with the king's attack, h4, d4, queen d2. Okay, and the
Okay, let's go back to the match.
Is Adrian still here?
No, Adrian is away. Okay, that's not good. So we have to. Shall we wait or what shall we do?
I think we can maybe try to continue without him for a bit and hope he manages to reconnect.
Yes, we'll try it.
Nicht?
Okay, now we're hearing you.
Oh shit.
Ja, Adrian, wir hören dich.
Ja, wieder da?
Ja.
Okay, I mean, okay, my internet connection is not the best. But now you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then, okay, I mean, bishop e2, another main line, everything okay. I mean, okay. Bishop d7, bishop e3, castle kingside, queen, and now queen d2. Now I think queen d2 is a little bit, I don't like it, because now black can play knight g4, and then, of course, like in the position before, after knight g4, you can play bishop d5 or bishop f4 not, but bishop d5, and you don't have to exchange your bishop. But
why you don't take it? Play it?
Yeah, maybe you can play, but I don't want to give up my bishop pair with white. Of course, there's some attacking chances, and maybe it should be absolutely playable for white, but I think it's not necessary.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. But he didn't play it.
Okay, I mean, queen d2 is not a mistake or something. I just want to say that maybe f3 instead or before queen d2 is maybe more accurate. Yeah. Okay, bishop d7. Now bishop h6. Knight e8. Okay, knight e8 is very passive. I don't like knight e8. After bishop h6, there should come knight c6 or something and develop the rest of the pieces. But knight e8 is very prophylaxis, and I don't like this. After, okay, maybe like in the game, but here normally white plays bishop h6 to play then h4, h5, and after h4, the normal or the important answer is h5 from black. And that's why we play bishop h6 before h4 to play then h4, h5, and black can't stop this pawn run.
Yeah, black can't play h5 himself because the pawn is just blocked by the bishop.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I think after knight e8, white should play h4, because then h5 is not
possible.
Yes. And yeah, I mean here maybe white should maybe it's winning. I don't know, but
it's
after
better.
h5 it should be very, very dangerous for black. And I don't want to have this position with black.
Okay, you could also take and then play h5.
Yes, of course, also.
And then just threatening to take, play queen h6, and the pawn on h7 will be very, very poor.
Yes.
Okay, he took immediately on g7.
Yes. Okay, now the knight will take back. And now I think h4 was played. No, okay.
No, first castle.
Queen side should be okay. a6 is a little bit slow, but okay, it's a normal plan to go with b5, b4 to prepare b4. Okay, now h4, and now of course black should play h5 to avoid the white's h5.
Okay, but here white has also possibilities of playing g4.
Yes, g4 I looked for because I thought, okay, black has to play h5, but this is completely crushing. That I was thinking, okay, black has to play h4, h5, but after h5 it's game over because here black doesn't have.
Yeah, let's maybe go through it a bit slower so the viewers can
sorry.
follow as well.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, I mean normally h5 is the way to defend, but here with the change of the black-colored bishops, dark-colored bishops, there's one defender to then there's the bishop g7 is an important defender, and with the change, it's easier for white to get an attack.
And I think also the knight on g7 is maybe a bit misplaced. Like if we imagine that it was still on f6, then it would at least overprotect that g4 square.
Yeah.
But
also h5.
On g7, it's just doing less.
Yes.
Okay.
And
so
maybe if we
he should take probably.
Yes, and
h5,
after h5. Okay, I mean we are threatening again queen h6 and then take on g6, queen h7 check. And I mean we only sacrificed one pawn and get the open h file and the open g file for our rooks, and the king with this undeveloped queen side, it's very difficult to defend this, to hold this position.
Yeah, you've got nothing to protect your king here.
Nothing. I mean, somehow maybe the king escapes with king f7 or something, but we only sacrifice one pawn, and I mean, still we should.
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to run?
Yes, I don't know. The bishop on d7. Yeah.
You could go to e8, but then that's.
In every case, we will win the knight on g7 with some checks or something.
Yeah, I mean, just generally speaking, we just sacrifice a pawn here and completely open up the castling position. And then you just have to figure out how you actually break through. But with that open castling position, the white attack is always very dangerous.
Okay. But that the normal defending way doesn't work shows that something went wrong. I mean, after h4, every time the answer should be h5. But that h5 here loses on the spot is... I was really impressed about this. Okay, but what should black play? Okay, knight c6. I mean, develop the queen side. Okay.
What do you think about queen h5? Queen a5. Sorry.
Queen a5.
Maybe also protecting h. Right.
Yeah, but it's not protecting. We play h5 also.
Okay, you can't just take the pawn, can't you? Okay, then I take back what I said. Knight c6.
I mean, Marco, wait, it's an interesting line that I want to give the queen g5 check in some cases, and I can play h5 if you take 2 times. I mean, h5, knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. By the way, we can also play g4 instead of taking on h5, but I like taking on h5. And now I want to play queen g5 check, but the queen protects g5. Then I play knight f5, and after bishop takes f5, I can play queen g5 check, and you can't go bishop g6 because then your queen on a5 is hanging.
Okay, that's the line Adrian said, and you can't go bishop g6 because the queen is hanging, but maybe you can go.
Yeah, okay, but now I wanted to take on f5 and then take on h5, and I'm nothing down and have the free h file and everything. I mean,
yeah, this
maybe you have the way queen e5 and then queen g7 or something, but I mean I can play rook d5 immediately instead of taking back on f5 or something.
I think there are many lines that win here for white.
I mean, knight c6 is a nice try because it's develop the knight. It develops the knight.
Okay.
But also then with h5, it's very dangerous.
Sorry, Adrian. I just wanted to say that if anybody in the chat has something to say, some new lines, some ideas, we're very interested in your ideas. So please tell us in the chat. So
And also if we're going too fast.
yes.
If you're saying, well, maybe slow down a bit, try to go a bit slower, then just write it in the chat and we will try to do that.
We'll read everything.
Yes.
So knight c6.
Okay, now again the question is, should white go for h5 or not? I mean, the idea is of course the right, but after h5, like in the game, I think they're continued with knight takes d4, queen takes d4, and then our queen on d4 can't go so easy to h6. That's why I think the queen on d4 is not good play. It's a little bit misplaced. And maybe before playing h5, we should take on c6 and then go h5. This was my idea.
Bishop.
And then after b takes or bishop takes, I mean it's
then you
okay.
go.
I mean b takes should be more aggressive because of the b line. Now h5. We also have sometimes queen h6, but okay, it's not important in which order we play.
But white should be better here, I think.
Yes, or of course better. I mean maybe winning on higher level, but it's a very, very dangerous attack. And I mean the only thing black can make on the queen side is maybe double up on the b file and then take on b2. But if you take with the queen on b2, I play king d2, and then everything is safe.
Yeah, I also can play b3, king b2.
Yes, if I want.
If you've got some attacking chances here.
I mean, there are now few lines I analyzed, but I think
we always get to the same thing.
Yes,
white.
yes. You don't have to look for every line, but
I'm a little bit impressed by the time they spent on for these moves.
Yes, okay, impressed, or I'm a bit shocked because I mean 45 minutes are of course a lot of time. So yeah, and in this kind of positions, in such sharp positions, both players should take more time.
Yeah, okay, then impressed is the wrong word. I thought, okay, I sometimes, if we see the lines here, I said, okay, white could be winning in 3 moves or something like that. So after 20 moves, the game could be over here. And both of them just spent 3 minutes, or, okay, they've got the increment, but at all they spent 7 or 8 minutes, and maybe the game could already be over in a few moves.
But I want to say that I like the kind of playing here from both players. Very aggressive, very sharp. I like these kind of positions, and yes, I just wanted to say this.
Okay, take. Now the queen on d4, you said it is a little bit displaced.
Yes. And now after rook c8, h6 is, I think it's a big mistake because it's closing the h file. Now our rook on h1 is not so good like it should be, and I think here the right way to go is queen e3, and then again go to h6, then take on g6, open the h file. Here it should be
okay.
We
look for these lines with queen h6, h takes g6 very, very often. So I think we don't have to go too deep in this position here.
Yeah, maybe a short note on h6. So I think the h6 is probably inspired by a lot of the games we could see from Alpha Zero or Lila Zero. because they
but I mean,
often like to play this h6 move. And I think if the position is maybe about equal and you can push the h6 pawn, while if black is very well defended and you know you probably can't achieve a checkmate or anything, then h6 can be a nice strategic move. But here in this position, I think the point is that the white position is so good already, or the black's defenses are so reduced that you shouldn't just go for a slight positional advantage. You should just go for the outright win here.
Okay, I want to say two things. h6, okay, it's a typical engine move to close up the position, because Lila 0, Alpha 0, they likes to close the position because then they can, they feel well. But of human side, I don't like to close the position. I want to have the open position where I know what to do.
Yeah.
And
There's
the
also,
other thing in the chat, e5 was written.
Where?
And I mean, okay, e5 is an interesting idea, but then I
on the
also
white
can
side,
play
right?
knight f5 or something. Gives me, I think white's e5.
I think the idea is that white should play e5 to bring the queen over once again.
Yes, I think.
Sorry.
Because the d pawn is pinned, but now you give me the square f5 for my bishop, for my knight. I can play knight f5 with tempo. Now I control the h6 square. Also the h4 square that you can't play queen h4.
Okay, but knight f5, you got some ideas with playing g4 later.
Yes, okay, maybe right.
You still can't take because d7 is hanging. And now I can play g4 and you have got to go back to g7, don't you? And my queen on d2 can also go to h6 then.
Maybe you're right, yes. But okay, I mean e5 is a good idea. But okay, if I do nothing, then you take on d6, I play e6 or something, and then you won a pawn, and okay, the attack goes on. But I think queen e3 immediately should be also very good. But okay, e5 is a good idea, I think. It's a good proposed. But okay, h6, I think it's a mistake. Knight e6, queen d2, queen a5, because now black is the player who can try to attack with b4, b5, the b5, b4, then a2 could be hanging, and yes, I think it was not necessary to.
Yeah, and if your pawn on h6 wasn't there, you somehow would have some ideas with queen h6. But now this pawn is somehow in the way.
It's defending the black king.
Yeah, it's also what is also a bit unfortunate. One of the ideas of why you might maybe want a pawn on h6 is so you can threaten queen g7 checkmate sometimes. But the problem is with the knight on e6 that isn't even possible because the knight just protects the square.
Yeah, you need moves like bishop g4 and bishop takes e6
or maybe f4, f5, like I think in the game.
Yeah, but it takes a long time to even start anything here.
Yeah, and then you don't threaten it because you need queen d4. Okay.
Okay. Here in the game, knight d4, d5. I think it's not a good move. It's very It gets very complicated, the game, and I didn't understand everything. Also here with f4, f5, getting controlled attack should be the best way to go. Another move which is typical for this kinds of positions with where the black castles king side and the white queen side is to play king b1.
Yeah. No.
Just to go out of the c line, then the rook on c8 is not as dangerous as with the king on c1, and the a2 pawn is protected.
not only if you castle opposite sides,
Mhm.
also if you just castle king side, you protect all your 3 pawns. That's you do immediately if you castle king side, you protect. Okay, now he's played g6, but you protect
Yes.
ft and h7, and with queen b1 you achieve the same thing. Normally you don't have a d pawn on d2, so you don't have to protect it. And now you can start things like knight d5. Knight d5 is a threat here, I believe, or is it?
Yes, I think. Okay, I mean after knight d5, black can play queen d8, but it's not what black wants to play.
Okay, so he can't take because of knight takes e7 check, and then you win a pawn. So that's the point I was making.
Okay, I mean, but very few moves are protecting this idea. I mean, bishop e6, then you lose the e4 pawn.
But also c8 is hanging, so
Yes, okay.
something like that. Sorry, not this. Okay, now c8 and c6 are hanging.
Yes, okay, you're right. Yes.
But okay, just king b1 as an idea, you said. Okay, in the game there was knight d5.
Mm-hmm. And now, okay, black could take on d2 and then play rook e8, and then after knight b6, rook c7 or something.
Sorry,
But,
now there's a check here, so you can't take on e7. Instead, after the line king b1, that's not a check here, but now it's a check, so you can't take the pawn. So you have to take the queen back. Yes, sorry?
Yes, and now protecting the 7 pawn with rook e8, and after knight b6, rook c7. I mean, white has a small advantage, e5 to because the d6 pawn is pinned. Now, okay, rook e8 or play d5. I mean, it's
okay, but that's just one line you wanted to show.
Yes, it's a small advantage for white. I mean, you have after bishop g4, you have the pressure, and the black rooks are looking to the own pawn. The knight on e6 is pinned. White has options with f4, f5. Now the h6 pawn is well placed because it's winning a lot of space. The king can't get to g7 or something, not to f6.
Okay,
Here,
just to show the endgame for white should be good here.
yes.
But these are not forced moves.
Okay, but like black played with queen takes a2, it's getting very complicated.
It's very forced, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, thanks for the follow. AD1. Okay, king h8. Now you have to take on d6, don't you?
Okay, you should, of course. I mean, you can play every queen move, but I mean, you should take on d6, yes.
Yeah, there also the queen is very active. How you said, you can go to a3, d7 hanging. Queen e5 is maybe sometimes a threat.
Yes, I mean, the rook on f8 can't move. Okay, here an idea could be to protect the bishop on d7, but then it's a little bit slow, and now after queen a3, white can force the queen change and is a pawn up.
Black hasn't got another move here, so he has to change, and yeah.
Now white is a pawn up, better position. Okay, that's why queen a1 check. King d2, queen a5, and here I was a bit surprised because b4 is
wow,
the move you want to play because it's with tempo. It's not check anymore. You're threatening to take the queen.
You have to say he spent 7 minutes here.
Yes, of course. It's a situation where you have to spend some time, but it's not meaning that you always get the right solution. Okay, I mean the point after c3 is that after checks on g5, you can go with the king to c2 in a lot of cases. Here I think f4, and then after knight takes f4, you can take the exchange on c8, because after every moving from the knight, you can play king c2.
Sorry, one moment, Ködem, we hear you.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if it was only for me, but Adrian was cutting out for a second, but
yes,
he's come back now, so.
Yes, he's now here.
Oh, my internet connection. I hope it will survive. Okay, but after b4,
you don't have
in the same situation, after queen g5 check, like in the game, f4 knight takes. Now I can't take the exchange on c8, because after taking back, there's knight takes g2 with incredible, yeah.
Wow.
Mate.
Okay, king d3 first, and then we made.
And if I play now c3, I'm a move down.
Where? Here?
Now, yes, and here after c3, I'm a move down, and black can play something like bishop a4 or something.
Okay, but you probably don't want to spend a move here playing something like c4, but you have to, I think. Yeah.
But okay, to see that c3 is so much better than b4, it's it's hard to understand. Hard to see.
Yeah, I think you could give me 15, 20 minutes and I wouldn't see it, and yeah. Okay, so he played queen d4 check. But this looks lost for white, isn't it?
I think it's very dangerous, and maybe it's lost always. But okay, now it was taken on it, and here I don't know. Maybe we can take on e2, or simply take back on c8.
Yeah, I would take back on c8, because you can keep your knight here, because you can say, okay, maybe I go here to give the check, maybe here.
Black doesn't have moves. After knight, rook takes c8.
You mean white doesn't have moves?
White doesn't have moves.
Okay, maybe here I didn't look for queen e3. Maybe that's an idea.
Yeah, but this looks very dangerous.
Here, I feel like, I mean, black is only down in exchange, but with this king on d2 and this knight on f4, it should be very, very difficult to defend.
Bishop g4 could be winning here.
Okay, and if I take, then rook d8.
No. Okay, I thought bishop g4, take.
That's good.
No, that's losing.
No, knight e2 or something. Yeah, now the queen.
You're getting mated here.
Yeah, finally that h6 pawn is doing something.
Yeah, the h6 pawn is winning the game.
Right. Okay, then maybe not so easy, but okay, go after queen e3 exactly.
Or maybe rook d8.
Threatening bishop g. No.
Bishop e8. Bishop e8 is threatening. Because then you don't get mated.
Yes.
But maybe you've got bishop d3 then. But okay, let's keep it simple. If you've got this position, you're an exchange down for nothing. You don't have a pawn, but you're an exchange down.
Wait, we can simply take on e2.
What?
We can take on e2, and if you take the queen on g5, I take back, and after king takes e2, I have bishop g4.
Okay, but this is winning for black, I don't think.
No, I think not. I think it's not winning, but
this could be losing.
I only wanted to show that there's some options, okay? Some options, maybe you
are
win
bad
back
options.
you can win back the exchange. Maybe it's in some other case it's much better. Okay, but this could be an idea. Okay.
Okay, he said. For the viewers, I just asked the computer here now, and he said bishop a4, winning on the spot, threatening rook takes c2, and maybe also rook d8 later in some lines. So, for example, rook c1, then rook d8, and yeah.
Okay, followed by knight takes g2 or queen takes g2.
My feeling said, okay, if I get this to the computer, he gives me some lines where it's just
yes, okay,
just crushing.
Let's follow the game.
Yeah, okay, let's take back the computer lines. He took on g2 first, then took on c8. Okay, normally.
Okay, I want to say king b3 is a mistake. I mean, it's absolutely not necessary to give back this tempo with bishop e6 check, because the bishop has to move
Anyway.
Anyway, and after king b2, if now now bishop e6 is not check, and then black has white has other options than to move with the king.
Okay, on bishop e6 you can maybe also play
bishop c4, and after taking c4, queen takes.
Oh no, he can play and take with the rook. Okay, forget it. But
also here I think it's not so easy. But okay, why to give up the bishop? I mean, simply play, I don't know, c3 to keep the pawns kept, protected.
Okay, but let's just keep it like that. That king b3 just runs into
bishop e6 check. Now c4. Okay, but now there's a weakened point that black makes the right thing to play b5 and go to this weak point. And here, of course, okay, I mean, it's just a pawn, and if the pawn takes on c4, then white can try to use this black pawn, to keep his king safe.
On c3, for example. If
maybe. Okay, I mean, of course, yes.
If black doesn't have the opportunity to play queen g3. Okay, but in a variation, you found another interesting move. Queen a7 threatening
to play aggressively.
Yeah, and also threaten own ideas.
Yes. And here after b takes c4, I think there should be some ideas with playing king a2. And after c3 check, we have king a1. And there's no check. You have to defend with rook g8. And then we can go for rook d8 maybe. Yes.
Black can't take because of the mate. And this should be winning.
I think so, yes.
Okay. So he should have gone for the attack. And not just try to not getting mated.
Yes. Because this passive way to go to protect the c4 pawn was,
Yeah, like you said, just too passive.
I mean, it wasn't losing on the spot, but it made the thing a lot more difficult. Okay. But okay, I mean, queen a7, of course, it's an engine move. I have to say, it's I think it's not so easy to see.
Yeah, but that's why you put in a pawn on h6.
Yes.
That's why you do this.
The winning h6 pawn. Okay, here knight e3. Okay, put more pressure to. Maybe I want to say maybe knight f4 was the better spot for the knight, but okay, knight e3 is absolutely okay, I think.
White also with 6 minutes to play could also get an important thing in this match, in this position here. Okay, Adrian seems to be away again. So, Köden, what do you say? Let's go through this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and we'll hope that Adrian will be back. White played rook h to g1 here. And now bishop takes...
Hört ihr mich wieder?
Yes, now it's better.
Okay. What was the time control?
It was 45 minutes plus 45 seconds increment.
45 seconds, yes, of course. Okay. Okay, yes. And here bishop takes c4 is a big blunder.
Okay, why? Takes, and then?
Takes. And now I simply can take back.
With the rook.
Yes. And here, I mean, your queen is attacked, and if you take with the rook, then I checkmate you on the 8th rank. And if you take with the knight, then my queen is not attacked, and I can take your queen.
Yeah, that's right. So, okay, 3 minutes, but I think this is... You can see this.
Yeah, okay. I mean, in time trouble, sometimes you don't see things that you should have seen.
Yeah, that's right. But I want to point out that that's not a thing we also just have seen with the computer. That, okay, yes, with only 3 minutes, you just want to get your king safe. But that's one thing you should always do.
I mean, that's the thing. 2 moves ago, white attacked the black queen, and then black gave few checks, but the queen is also attacked. Yes.
Yeah,
and
the
then
queen is still attacked. That didn't
still
change.
attacked, yes.
But these are
Don't forget these.
You always say this to your students. You just say, okay, first thing you want to, if you look at the position, you look for the moves where you can take a piece.
Yes.
So, okay, he played king a4. Is this already lost now?
I don't think so, because there's an interesting position. Because few moves later, black played a5, and there was the opportunity to keep the a file closed with b5. But okay, I mean.
Okay, if
We
you're
will get
a5.
in a second.
Ah,
no,
a5.
not now, but okay. I mean, now a5 is lost, but in few moves.
Okay,
Yeah, but let's not jump ahead. We'll not get there.
Yes.
a5 not working because of f6 and then g7. Once again, the h6 pawn is winning the match.
Okay, here I want to say it's pretty funny, because after queen takes e5, f takes e5, white can win the knight. White can trap the knight with rook c3. I like this very much.
I like.
Because now white can change the queens and win the knight, and then
rook g3 should also be working.
Yes, of course. But why not play rook c3 to don't let to locate the c pawn?
Yeah, you're right.
But okay, I mean, it's I don't know if I would have played queen takes and then rook c3, because of course you can take immediately.
And also with 2 minutes on the clock. Black
Yes.
also just with 57 seconds. Is this already with increment? So did he have 12 seconds?
Yeah, I think he had 12 seconds.
Okay, and then played the move and then had 57 seconds. Okay, takes a5.
Okay, now a5, and here it's, I think, a critical position, because white is a rook up and should play as safe as possible. And that means that he should close the a file. And okay, I mean, the only way to manage this is to play b5. because then the a file is closed. There's no rook a8 to checkmate the white king. I mean, okay. After queen e7 check or queen takes b5, there's nothing threatening.
Okay, queen b4 is...
Maybe, yeah, but after queen b4, king a2, queen a4, queen a3. But okay, rook b1.
Rook b1, also queen c3, I like.
Yes.
No.
I mean, it's the whole rook white is up, yes. But I think b5 is a necessary move to keep the position closed.
Maybe the computer says, okay, queen a7 wins because you're threatening on g7, but like Adrian said in the game, that's not the thing you want to do with 2 minutes or also with more time. You just want to keep it simple, play b5.
And otherwise, a takes b4 check, rook b8 check, and something. But I know what you want to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I think b5 is a very important move in such a position. But okay. Queen b6 was played. And now it's very difficult. I mean, here white loses the queen. And here also, it's not losing. But after king takes b4, rook b8, you have to give up your queen. You get 2 rooks. A bit pressure on the 8th rank because black has to protect his king. But I mean, white was winning with the whole rook up, and now it's unclear.
Yeah. Somewhere something went very wrong. But okay.
I mean, until queen b6, there was everything okay, and after b5, it's completely winning. But with this, yes.
Even if you're rook up, you just have to look for your king in these positions.
Yeah.
Okay, he played king takes c4, and now he's just a fool.
Yeah, resigning. Okay. Forgot to take.
It was probably just in the time trouble. He probably messed up the move order somehow.
Yeah, or maybe also thought, okay, I can mate him now. Maybe.
Yes, maybe.
But, okay. So what's your... If you see the whole game, what do you want to say at all? Who played it better?
With this attack on the H file, I think it's a very important game, or analyze, that the queen wants to go to h6 and then get pressure on the H file and then checkmate on h7, h8, however. And that the black dark colored bishop is the most important defender for black in this kind of structures. And okay, I think this was the most important point. And of course, this critical position with b5.
At the end,
these 3 things.